Hello everyone. Let's go here. There you go. Oh, guess what I was doing last night. Do I have Aggron still in here? Why doesn't it fit this time? What? We're at 71. Unlike what the thumbnail says apparently. Which didn't update. Hello Decepticon. Hello Motive. Just hit. Yeah, you're right, just hit. Hello Chief, hello JG, hello Bichos, hello SRK. I hope you're all ready for the fastest round ever. Last time we did have the fastest round so far, which had to do with a couple of things. Like, one, our opponents weren't as scary, so didn't need to really look anything up. Except for Annabelle's Raikou. How much damage she did at like +3. Or whatever it was. So that saved some time. But also we took a few shortcuts and we did risk getting crit at some point. Also, I changed the dusclops because the EVs were wrong. I think it was the EV spread for level 100. I'm not completely sure. I didn't double check. Either that or I changed the EVs to live 2 hits of something or something and didn't realize that I ruined my leftovers recovery. Because you want your HP to be divisible by 16 plus 1, 2 or 3 for leftovers. And then it's also divisible by 4 for substitute, so you heal back your substitute in 4 turns. But that wasn't the case before, for some reason. Hello Lavender and hello Dawn. And hello Darcy. Have you found your Charmander yet? Or you found one with good stats, right? Did you pick that one up? I don't remember. Okay. No. We're starting with the Hex Maniac. I already wasn't paying attention. Carly. Okay. 71. Carly. With a muck. The scariest thing about muck is that it could be Quick Claw Explosion. And it could explode right now. It could also set up Curse, I think. That's not a Battle Tower, Ruby Battle Tower thing, is it? No, there's a Curse set. But I'm not really afraid of the Curse set. I could protect here to scout, or I could switch to dusclops immediately. And I'm leaning towards switching immediately because muck isn't that threatening to dusclops. Darcy, you found one with perfect stats in special attack and speed. Yeah, that is very nice. Hello, Sandy. And yeah, Twisted Motive streamed earlier today, and he was streaming Factory and got to 56 wins. Very easily. I'm also at 56 wins. I will probably do my Factory round on Wednesday. Yeah, Twisted Motive faced Articuno 2, which is double team substitute. And it has killed Riley's run before, and it got very close to killing Twisted Motive's run. But it didn't. I think I'm gonna substitute. And the beautiful thing about Ghost Curse, and which is a big part of the reason why I like it so much, it doesn't check accuracy. So Muk can just keep minimizing and we don't care. Motive just built different, yeah. The funny thing is, last round in the factory, when I got the 56 inch, I was using Articuno 2. I had it in my draft. We're going to rest up. It is, which number does this Muk have? Muk 1. Minimize, Sludge Bomb, Screech, and Body Slam. Hello, Super Flash. Welcome to the stream. Sandy, you're stuck with no car for 48 hours? Oh, that sounds great, especially when you're living in America. I've heard it's known for its good public transport. Okay, Muk dies exactly. A lot of Pokemon live on 1 HP. So actually it's kind of bad because we could have gotten up our substitute otherwise. In comes Victory Bell. I don't think we're ever afraid of Victory Bell. Especially because we're sleeping, so it can't stun spore us or sleep powder. If it even has sleep powder. B shows you're trying the Battle Factory too. It's proving easier than expected. Don't let the factory hear you, because it will stop being easy. Let's Giga Drain. That shouldn't hurt too bad. Yeah, that's fine. Wake up. Attract. Attract. This is actually bad. Attract is one of the few moves that goes through Substitute. And if we are immobilized by love and we cannot rest, then we cannot heal in time potentially before the next Pokemon comes in, which would potentially put us in a really bad spot. I'll look up the number for this Victory Bell. This is Victory Bell 2. Does have sleep powder. Two. Can't really hurt me. I think I'm just gonna waste some time here. I'll go for a rest. It's almost out of Giga Drains. Mr. Browser, your last factory run, you got KO'd by sheer cold? Yeah. That's definitely the frontier experience. There's another Attract. Which means that now it should use its last Giga Drain, at which point it can no longer hurt Aggron. Never mind. Went for Sludge Bomb. Sandy, you can't. There's no point in going back home because you need to come back. Yeah, that sucks. We're in love. Substitute. Doesn't matter too much what we do. I probably want to go to sleep because Victory Bell might go for sleep powder. And it does go for sleep powder. I think that's 15 PP. It went for sleep powder again. We want to be asleep because then it cannot use sleep powder. Then we're gonna start switching to Aggron so we can stall out all the attracts. The Department of Motor Vehicle is playing stall against you? Oh no. Turns out it's a strong strategy. That's 6 sludge bombs. We don't really care about the sludge bombs too much. It's gonna be 7. Has no effect. It's gonna either attract or sleep powder. Went for the attract. It's good. This time it was sleep powder. So now we have to stay here to get attracted. But I'll wake up now. Maybe I shouldn't have burned my sleep turns, but it doesn't really doesn't really matter. Here's the attract. They've got you frozen, confused, and struggling. Yeah, I feel like they definitely have pressure. Sleep powder. We want to rest again. So we don't get slept on Aggron. We have a Chesto Berry, but I want to keep it. Just in case. I mean, it's very likely we're not gonna need it with the good position we're already in. Okay, this time I'm just not gonna burn sleep turns. Did it sludge bomb me? Yeah, I think so, right? Wait. What? Is it out of sludge bombs? Did I miss that many sludge bombs? I'm confused. I know I wasn't counting early on, but it was a lot that we've missed then. Yeah, just spamming attract, which is fine by me. I don't know if it can sleep powder this turn. It's always clicked attract, so I feel like attract is more likely, but I'm not sure. We might waste our Chesto Berry here. Nope. Okay, that should be the last attract. Probably using sleep powder. Yeah. I think it's gonna struggle now. That means I don't have enough time to rest. Which shouldn't really matter. I can just... I'm fine with dying to curse. Oh, actually it's leftovers. And I do have enough time. Is that a crit? No, just broke already. Okay. Okay, what will the last Pokemon be? Shouldn't be an issue because we will have a substitute up. So we can just curse every time. I guess unless it's like attract Gengar or something. Okay. I can protect and then we don't even die to curse. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Venusaur. That shouldn't be an issue. Double team. Well, just like with Muck, we don't care. Curse does not check accuracy. We can't be hit by Leech Seed because of the substitute. I think this thing has Giga Drain. Or... I would assume it has at least one attacking move. Unlike Meganium 2, but I'm not entirely sure. It should see a kill. Yeah, there's Giga Drain. I think this thing has Bright Powder. We fail to protect, but that doesn't really matter. Substitute doesn't even go down. Now we can protect on this turn. And dusclops just 1v3s them. That is the cursed dusclops experience when everything goes well. Yeah, nice double team. I mean, it's out of Giga Drain, PP. And there we go. One down. We didn't even get to see Aggron. I think that might be the first battle where Aggron didn't even switch in at all. I'm not sure if that's true. Okay, Ranger Doreen only has legendary Pokemon. Registeel. Okay, this could be interesting. You're just very excited about dusclops. Okay, I think we probably just wanna switch and curse this as soon as possible. One of them has substitute, and substitute blocks curse. It's the only thing that blocks curse. Even protect doesn't block curse. Ice Punch. Okay, it doesn't have substitute. Could freeze us. Does not freeze us. I think there's probably only one Registeel with the Ice Punch. Maybe there's two. Don't think so. Yes, it's Registeel 2 with Bright Powder. Registeel 2 Bright Powder. And this has Thunderbolt, Earthquake, Aerial Ace. I'm expecting Earthquake here because that should by far be its highest damage. Now let's just protect here. You just really love dusclops. Who doesn't love dusclops? Such a great Pokemon. I don't know if this thing breaks my substitute. I feel like I might just rest to stall PP. Because I don't see this killing me in my sleep. It doesn't break my substitute. Okay, good. And that's the last one. And now it only has moves that are quite a bit weaker. Thunderbolt. 26 damage. It is gonna break. Oh. That is gonna break the substitute in 2 hits. Let's see. How much weaker? No, I don't think Ice Punch. Ice Punch is also gonna break in 2 hits, so that doesn't really matter then. I'm a little bit worried about... Oh, it saw more damage with Ice Punch. I'm worried about going for Curse. It crits my substitute. And then it kills me. Do I really need to rest stall until it's down to Aerial Ace? I'm not sure if Aerial Ace even does low enough damage. Probably should have protected before substitute and had another turn of leftovers recovery. If it crits, I have to protect, which means I can't rest. And even then, I might still die net the turn after. We're gonna rest again. The issue is I risk getting statused if I don't substitute immediately. Oh, actually, it's not seeing Ice Punch as more damage, it's just random AI because Earthquake is its strongest move. I forgot. It could pick any of its 3 moves, it just hasn't picked Aerial Ace because of random. I'm gonna risk being frozen or paralyzed. If we paralyze, we just rest. If we're frozen, we probably fall before we die because we take so little damage and we have leftovers. Okay, it's T-Bolt. Registeel deserves nothing. Yeah, Registeel is a scary Pokemon. Or at least it can be. There's the Aerial Ace. Another Aerial Ace. No crit. We are not at risk of dying. Counting doesn't matter anymore because it's gonna die before it runs out. Hello, Fike. That's how you pronounce it. Maybe it's like Fake K or I don't know. Okay, so that's Registeel down. There are a lot of legendaries who could have substitutes. Zapdos and Articuno, Articuno 2 specifically, are among them. Like Fake, Pike. Let's see. Latias. We are waking up this turn. We can protect here to get a little bit of recovery. And to scout. However, there is the potential Calm Mindset. I'm not sure how worried I am about that one. Buzz, you got a Meganium? Nice. Any plans for the Meganium? I think I'll probably be fine against Calm Mind, so let's protect here. Dragon Claw. That doesn't tell us much. Actually, it couldn't be Calm Mind because that one has Bright Powder and the Registeel already had Bright Powder. Another Dragon Claw. Okay, it's becoming more and more likely that it doesn't have Psychic because Psychic has higher base power. However, the AI could just see a damage roll that is lower on Psychic. More Dragon Claws. Very unlikely to be Psychic. As we get low HP, it might start using different moves because it sees a kill with those moves. But for now it keeps spamming Dragon Claw. Frenzy Plant Meganium. I want to use a Blast Burn Charizard at some point. Thunderbolt, kijk. Now we know a little bit more. We have enough HP for another substitute. So we just substitute here. Ice Beam as well. Now we do not have enough HP for a new substitute, so we're gonna rest. That's the last Dragon Claw, that's ideal. The other moves will deal less damage than this. Charizard learns Heat Wave in Fire Red Leaf Green by some move tutor reminder guy. I don't think Heat Wave is very interesting in Gen 3. Like, it's higher damage than Flamethrower, but it's lower accuracy. And for doubles, it is a spread move. However, spread moves only deal 50% damage in Gen 3, so that's still not that interesting. Okay, I think we just keep resting, because Latias just doesn't deal enough damage to kill us. Ooh, there's a crit. We would have had enough HP for the substitute if we went for it. Earthquake is the last move. Ah. We might intimidate this once it's out of special moves. Okay, it's out of ice beams. We can no longer be frozen, that is big. But I think we're just gonna keep taking naps. Those out of Thunderbolts. And depending on how much damage the struggle does, we might want to intimidate. If it still has Earthquakes, we're definitely intimidating because Salamence won't take any damage. Lavender, you think the stream title should be changed to Dusclops shows Stall Aggron how it's done? Yeah, Dusclops definitely knows how to stall. Okay, doesn't look like it's gonna have any earthquakes left. Another crit. Oh, we're still fast asleep. Uh-oh. That's not good. Was that a high roll crit or something? How are we so low? I guess because it's only spamming Earthquake and it's dealing more damage than Thunderbolt. One second. This is Quick Claw Latias. Latias 2, I think. Now it could also be Focus Band, but it doesn't really matter. So it's 2 or 3. 2/3. Quick Claw / Focus Band. Oh no, I looked wrong. 2S Psychic. It's Focus Band, which we don't care about. It's max attack. Just want to see how much damage do we take. We may need to switch out and switch back in on a struggle. Highest roll is 40, but of course we can be crit again. Struggle highest damage 21. We should wake up. Actually, we already don't care anymore. But I can just protect here. Thunderbolt. Oh, but I think it still has an Earthquake or 2. So we cannot switch into Aggron here. How much does Thunderbolt do to me? 35 max roll. Okay, we would also die to crit from that. So we're gonna need to wait until it struggles. And then come in on the struggle. At least it was already out of ice beams. Okay, it can't Earthquake because it knows we're immune. JG, you love Aggron. You also have the old school Team Magma Aggron card. One of your favorites. I don't know the card, but sounds cool. Let's see. We're at -1. Would deal 14 damage. Max roll and crit is 42. I think. Yeah, we live struggle into crit struggle at this point, so that's good. Hello, remember. Let's see. I think I want to keep my Chesto Berry on the Aggron. We fail protect, that's fine. I just didn't want to rest yet. Now we always succeed. Now we rest. Wait. Oh! I forgot we're really slow. That could have been bad. Okay, maybe it still is bad. That was 13. That's awkward. Usually, I'm always faster than the Latias. Because they have no speed, but for once, I also have no speed. Oh, it was out of Thunderbolts apparently. We're doing really well. I could have just rested for free. Oh, I should have switched back there. And we get crit by the struggle. Okay, okay. Calm down, Latias. I'm gonna try to heal up the Salamence. We need to get crit to die. We should be fine. Right, chat? You wouldn't crit me again. Fully paralyzed? Okay. Crisis averted? Hopefully. We could still get double crit on Dusclops and die. Okay, crit doesn't kill here. We're fine. Oh right, I forgot we're faster. Is this the first battle? No, it's the second battle. I think, unless it gets a crit, our substitute stays up. Especially if it gets paralyzed. The second Battle Curse? Always the toughest? I don't know. Actually, I think I'm not gonna rest. Oh, but it's really awkward if it crits my substitute. This is the Battle Frontier equivalent of lo-fi sounds to study to. Is this lo-fi sounds to play Pokemon to? The Thunder Wave could actually screw us over a little bit. Usually I'm slower, so I can set up my substitute after it gets broken. But now, because of the Thunder Wave, Latias is slower. But I can protect. Okay, it needed to crit this turn and next turn. But it didn't. We actually heal enough HP to not die to curse as well. That's really good. The only way we might potentially lose is if it's substitute. It's Regice. Curse, Regice. You have the wrong curse, Regice. Mine is better. We protect on this, it sees a kill. And because we have the substitute up, we can just go for a rest. Or we could also try to go for double protect. If it fails, we protect the next turn. Then we can switch into Aggron. Then if Aggron somehow dies, we can switch back and protect still. Doesn't really matter. The Regice is gonna die. Let's look up the number of this set while this slowly dies. It is 5. Ice Beam, Earthquake, counter. And lefties, which will allow it to survive slightly longer, but it will not be enough. If we're in a really bad spot, and like we killed ourselves with Curse, then maybe there's a scenario where leftovers could matter, but not really. This Regice, just like the Venusaur, gives up, starts cursing at 1 HP. It's so upset that it started cursing. Alright, who's the next trainer? At least Aggron did something this time. Collector? Yeah, this is starters only. Sceptile. This could be Leech Seed, which would probably be the most annoying one. Does that one have substitute? No, I don't. I don't think so. Double team. This is Leech Seed. Good luck. Thank you, KT. The Leech Seeds us, that's annoying. But... oh no, it isn't. Wait, what is the set? What does this thing do? It's attract. Oh. But we're both male. How much PP is Leaf Blade? Is it 10 or is it 15? 15. I feared as much. It's at max HP, so it's very likely to keep double teaming, but it's not guaranteed. I'm mostly worried about Leaf Blade because I think it's gonna break our substitute, and it's also high crit rate. It's a roll, but it's a favorable roll. To one-shot the substitute. I'll go rest so I don't waste my own PP. I think that's 3. Yeah, it's gonna keep setting up. That's fine for now. There's a Leaf Blade. New mic? No? I don't know why I sound different. If I sound different. Okay. It still wants to double team, so I'm gonna rest again. Yeah, there's double team. I don't want to waste my protects. No, Battle Dome. We're not doing the Battle Dome right now. Leaf Blade again. That's exactly as much HP as our substitute has. 36. It could still double team. Let's see if it crits. No, if it gets a high roll crit, we cannot make a substitute. I guess I'll protect. Now it's gonna double team, of course. No, it doesn't. Interesting. We could switch into Sceptile. Or into Salamence on the Sceptile. But I think I prefer going at it this way. Did I miss one of the double teams? Is it already at +6? It might be. It's been attacking a lot. And there's the last Leaf Blade. Hopefully no crit. No crit. Okay, Thunder Punch is not gonna break our substitute unless it crits. We could even just stall it out of attacking moves entirely. That's probably what I should do. Just keep resting. It has 2 moves it can spam before it struggles, which is really good for us. There's a crit. Doesn't matter. Even if it got another crit, we would have been fine. Did I count this one yet? I feel like I didn't. I don't think it matters at this point. It's gonna run out of attacking moves. We're gonna set up a substitute, we're gonna curse, we're gonna rest, and the Sceptile will be done. Oh yeah, I did miss one double team. Attract, which doesn't affect us. And now we're just waiting for the next Pokemon. And we'll be in a very good spot with our substitute already up. Does it hurt my back when I carry Genfrey this hard? Nah. Dusclops and we can handle it. Here we go. Sceptile lived on 1 HP, which could have been nice, except it doesn't matter here. Venusaur. Let's scout with a protect, we still have a lot. Double team again. In that case, we're just gonna curse. It does have Giga Drain. I guess it's possible for it to Leech Seed me, which would be bad. But I'm not too worried about the starter in the back. I also don't need to go for rest here. I think I won't. Probably the only way we potentially lose is with rest. It Leech Seeded straight into the substitute. There's a Giga Drain. And the last Giga Drain. Doesn't matter if it breaks us up, which it does. We have enough HP for a curse and to live. And we have a substitute up. Meganium. Could be Meganium 2 who has substitute. It is Meganium 2. I think that's leftovers, right? Pretty sure. Double team, Leech Seed, substitute, Grass Whistle, no attacking moves, I'm pretty sure. Yep, otherwise they definitely would have tried to kill us. Give us a nice substitute to speed up the battle. You can do it, Meganium. This was a triple double team. It was a triple team. Leech Seed doesn't affect us because of Substitute. We're just waiting. Another battle where Aggron didn't need to do anything. So far the battles have been, apart from Earthquake critting us, and then the Thunderbolt para, the battles have been going somewhat smoothly. Maybe we can set a new record. Speed run. Okay, it's Charles. I think he has legendary birds potentially. Manectric. He probably just wants to Thunderbolt me. Or it sets up a rain if it's thunder. All of them have roar, which is really annoying if we stall them out. I think I'll just directly switch into Dusclops because Dusclops shouldn't take too much damage from a Manectric. Remember, it's your favorite legendary bird, Manectric. And it did set up Rain Dance. Decepticon, you're trying to beat Emerald so you can play the Frontier. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun and it's a lot of frustration, so you definitely need to have the right mindset for it. It can be tough sometimes. But I'm definitely having fun. Rain Dance 1 of 5, Thunder, Crunch, Roar. Going to protect. Thunder Paralysis into full Paralysis could be really bad. Could go for Rest, but I could still be fully paralyzed. Well, there's the para. No full para this time. Maybe I should have gone for that Rest after all. That did a lot of damage. This is gonna get quite awkward if we get fully paralyzed. Could also crunch here because crunch sees a kill. It does crunch. I think crunch is 15. I was hoping it would thunder because I can stall out the crunches easily with Aggron, but the thunder is gonna hurt. Ah, that hurts so bad. Now what do I do? Let's see, it's gonna Rain Dance. We burn our second turn. We're gonna protect on Thunder. It's not low accuracy here, Super Flash. Thunder has perfect accuracy in the rain. It can never miss, even if you have +6 evasion and bright powder. Okay. We cannot afford to die to either a crit Thunder or a Thunder Paralysis. So I'm gonna switch into Aggron here. Yes, it's raining. Ouch. There's just one Thunder left. And now we're fine. That sure be no problem. Also, 1 second. I'm gonna turn on the light. Be right back. Okay, how do I want to do this? No, don't say bye yet, Dawn. It should be out of Thunder, so we can just heal up now. Yeah, it goes for Crunch. Gets the instant Spadef drop, of course, of course. You love to see it. You only have 50% of your attention here, Super Flash. No worries. I don't think you want to have 100% of your attention here. Oh, and for Rain Dance this time. Could have just switched. Gotten rid of the Spadef drop, but no. We're gonna have to make this thing roar and then stall out all the roars, and then we're still in a awkward position because we won't be able to set up dusclops the way I would like. Because Manectric will die early due to struggle damage. Have to switch into Salamence. Crunch is too risky for Dusclops. Gets another Spadef drop. Instantly, of course, of course. 20% chance on Crunch. Is this a stall team? Maybe. Hey, rain is up. Let's Hydro Pump. This thing has a Papaya Berry, which could be a little bit scary. It's 50-50 actually to drop special defense. Yeah, I've noticed. I think the plan is gonna be to just kill it, but after we've healed up and it's out of attacking moves. I don't want to waste too much PP. I don't want to paralyze it because then it's just not gonna burn PP. And I don't want to attack. This thing has a Papaya Berry, so if I like crit and put it into Papaya range, we're gonna take way more damage. Hello, Derek. We're doing pretty well. We're stalling because we want to be at full HP before we take on the next Pokemon. So I want to be able to heal up the Dusclops. If I kill it now, we might like be in a position on the next Pokemon where we needed the 40 HP that we're missing. But because of Roar, this is gonna take a while. I think I forgot to count there. No problem, Don. You're not the first person to ask during one of these streams. Like, why are we stalling? We could just kill. We're full HP, we're fine for now. Also Rain Dance. Oh, we get crit. But we go right back to sleep, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now we're gonna switch out because I'm a little bit afraid of another crit now. I may have missed a crunch somewhere. Okay, it's roaring. I didn't indeed miss one crunch. Okay, that's pretty much what we want. I could rest. Or I could just hope we get roared in enough times to heal up. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Because we might be able to kill this without taking struggle damage, which isn't gonna matter much, but it's gonna matter a little bit. I can also just protect. But then I'm wasting protect PP. I might Thunder Wave this so it fails Roar a couple of times, just to give us more turns now. Okay, we're definitely healing up now. Five or six. Okay, Aggron is not allowed to heal apparently. Mens is a setup sweeper? Not in this case. The original version of the team did have a setup sweeper, but the current version does not. There we go. Let's say 7. Gonna go for a Thunder Wave. It's not paralyzed this time, but... We'll burn more PP, but I need to be switched into Aggron. You're not cooperating very well, Manectric. Let's see, it's 25% for paralysis, or it's 50% to be roared in. There we go. We heal up. Now I just need to get through my sleep turns. Okay, no paralysis again. I just hope it's not gonna be paralyzed when I switch to Mens here. Also, I've missed a couple. We're at least at 10. Have I tried Colosseum Pokemon in the Frontier like Suicune? Not really. I haven't played through Colosseum yet. I will be in the future. So I'll probably try to get a decent Suicune at some point. But I'm definitely not gonna RNG manip for Suicune. So I'm never gonna have a very strong one. Okay, Manectric, can you stop messing around? Okay, we're switching in and it's gonna be paralyzed. There you go. Predicted. That's one sleep turn. I'm gonna try to hit it with the Hydro Pump. We hit it. Would I do that as a live stream? Probably yes. Now we're talking. Okay, that's our last sleep turn. Fully paralyzed. I think this is probably our best way to kill it. Okay, into the second Pokemon. We can Thunder Wave, we can switch into Intimidate. Oh. Well, there's the legendary bird. It could be double team. Definitely doesn't see a kill. I want to try to Thunder Wave this. Problem is, it could be Bright Powder or it could be Lumberry. Eric, you're using a full shiny ice team right now with Registeel, Walrein, and Glalie, and it's a pain. I can imagine. Yeah, that's not the strongest combination of Pokemon. I do think ice types can be quite strong, but not when it's all ice types. I'm most afraid of it going for Rain Dance Thunder, so let's Thunder Wave. Thunderbolt. That really hurts. But we hit. Does it have Lum? Of course. That's a yikes. That is a big yikes. This is max speed, max special attack. Zapdos 1. And this thing is scary. It can kill dusclops. That's the level of scary we're talking about here. How do I stall this? I might just let Aggron go down. If I switch into a crit Thunderbolt to Dusclops, it's just GG. Actually, we are faster now. I forgot we are faster. So I guess maybe it's fine, unless it's a crit paralysis. Then we're not fine. I can also rest. Oh no, wait, it's not paralyzed because of Lumberry. Never mind. Decepticon, if you could, you would trade a clone of your Colosseum Suicune. The one you have is modest HP grass. You used RNG. Hardest part is the dive ball. Used a program called Co-Tool to find the seed. Alright. I mean, from what I've seen and heard, Colosseum RNG is quite difficult. So that's something. But yeah, I'm not gonna attempt it myself. I think maybe in a very distant future when I'm desperate. Suicune is really good, Super Flash. It's one of the best Pokemon. It has Pressure, it has Calm Mind, it has Substitute. It has really good stats. Oh, Meiko also thinks I got a new mic. I don't know what's different today. Maybe like my voice just sounds different sometimes because of reasons. That might be why. And hello, Tima. Yeah, you are the you have already done a bunch, or have you done all the monotypes? You broke your doubles PB yesterday. 5-18 wins, still going strong. Nice. You recorded the whole streak. So maybe one day you'll turn it into a video. I'm looking forward to that day. I think we just sacrifice Aggron here. We get double protect, we waste a little bit more PP, that probably doesn't matter. We go for the triple. We do not get the triple. Goodbye, Aggron 07, buddy. Let's see, I think this thing, Drill Pack, Thunder Wave. Oh, not Roar again. Okay, crit para would be horrible here. Or para in general. Well, there's the crit, and it puts it as exactly 36 HP, which is how much HP we need for a substitute. GG. We lost. It's over. How big of a roll was that? That was the third highest roll. Okay, at this point, we can do nothing, so we can just forfeit. That was the run. We got 73 wins. That was unfortunate. High roll from Max Special Attack Zapdos. With Lumberry. If it didn't have Lumberry, we would have been fine as well. Well, it's still very early, so I don't really want to stop streaming yet, but I'm not sure what we're doing now. 07 to Aggron, yeah. We're gonna switch to a different team. You could have won that? Tell me how, Mako. How could I possibly have won that? So the original team has a Steelix and a Gyarados, so Zapdos would have been a free win. And that team is infinitely better than what we have here, but the challenge was to get 100 wins with Aggron, so I wanted to try this. Ruby Sapphire Tower Hunt? Yeah, that could work. Yeah. 1 second, guys. Where's my Ruby? It's not there. So yeah, the next team, I haven't built the next team yet. I was gonna switch when I lost with this. I might do Thunderwave Rock Slide for Flame Shenanigans, I don't know. And I might also move to the Dome. Welcome to the Do Gang, Derek. Thank you for joining. Now you can spam emotes. Although there hasn't been much emote spamming. Okay, let's switch to this. I can turn off my 2DS. So what we're gonna switch to now is the roamer glitch in Ruby. I'll update my notes. Aggron streak lost. Switched to Ruby. Tower roamer glitch. Okay, so for the people... Well, let's set the wins as well. Lost at 73 wins. For the people who do not know... Oh, I was trading apparently. Oh, I have to reload to a different save. 1 second. For the people who don't know, there is a glitch in Ruby and Sapphire where if you lose in the battle tower and the next thing you do is you find your roamer, you can find the Pokemon that trainer had and you can catch them. Let's see. I don't quite remember why I needed to load a backup, but wait, is this level 50? I need to load the level 100 save. Gonna run it back with Aggron? Yes, but not right now, Super Flash. Actually, I'll probably do at some point a members only stream when I have to grind back to round 8, because I think the first 7 rounds aren't very interesting. So a normal stream might not be that interesting, but I might just do it as a member stream. I'm not sure if people are interested, but usually I either grind those while I'm watching someone else stream or I'm grinding in the Discord. KT, you set up a new shiny hunt today for Seal Dugong. Just to test your own strength. With Repel Trick, Seal is 47% and Dugong is 23%. Nice. Okay, so... Alright, I wanted to trade over some of the Pokemon I caught, but... guess that will be for later. For now, these were the only Pokemon I had at level 100. They're not the strongest team. But we don't really care about losing as much. Time for crime, exactly. I want to make an emote for this. Actually, now that Derek became a member, I can add another emote, but I haven't made it yet. I was thinking like even in Team Rocket clothing or something like that. But I'm not sure yet. Mako, since the last time we talked on Discord, you've gotten 3 more shiny rats? Damn. Okay, Absol. Absol, I was gonna write down Absol. We don't need to write down. Absol is a Pokemon that only shows up in the level 100 tower and not at level 50. Which is interesting. SRK, 104 win streak. Oh, nice. Paralysis. 104 win streak at level 50 is the highest you've gotten. With Ursaring with Hidden Power Ghost, Lapras and Aerodactyl. Well, 100 is a pretty impressive streak. Let's see. This thing doesn't die unless I Calm Mind. Oh, we outspeed. Oh, it roars. I got outplayed. Don't worry, I'll outplay it back. It outplayed me again. I set up the sun for chlorophyll and it paralyzes me. Fully paralyzed, great. We just lost to a Manectric trainer and here is another Manectric. You will get to see it soon, Derek, but basically how it works, the trainer data, because when you lose in the Ruby Sapphire Tower, there's no ending to the battle that there usually is. Like the trainer, like the battle just fades to black and you're gone instead of the trainer saying something and calling their Pokemon back and that sort of stuff. So for whatever reason, the data doesn't get overwritten, like the team. So the roamer takes the first slot of the team, and then the other two, if they were still alive, they will be in the roamer battle. But they will act like the roamer, so they will try to run away. So either you Master Ball them immediately, or you Mean Look them. And these Pokemon always have perfect stats, because we're in the highest round. But they have a random nature, unlike Emerald. Oh no, stop trolling me, Ariyama. Well, I guess I can switch. No, I think it didn't burn its berry. Did it? It rested at full HP, I think. And we're paralyzed. And we're paralyzed again. Is it whirlwinding me? No counter. But you lose the Lati permanently? Yes, you have to kill the Lati, unfortunately. Oh, belly drum. No, we'll be fine. So that's why I'm reloading save states. Like I trade away the Pokemon. Well, it's not a save state, it's a save file. I don't have... Okay, Vileplume is definitely dead. I trade away the Pokemon, Then I reload my backup save. And then we're back here. That is what I've been doing. And that's a very easy way of getting perfect Pokemon. Well, it is still random nature, so it can take a while to get the best Pokemon you want. But mostly I've so far... Oh, whoops. Like, no, I do not want to quit. No. Yes, thank you. Mostly what I've been using them for so far is as breeding parents for my other Pokemon. Sableye also only shows up at level 100. Which is weird because I would expect the weaker Pokemon like Sableye and Nosepass to show up at level 50. And to disappear at level 100 if they were gonna show up somewhere. But Game Freak thought otherwise. What we're currently hunting is Memento Pokemon. Because I want to make a secret base with level 100 Pokemon that instantly kill themselves to give us a lot of XP. And the best target is Latios. But we have only run into one Latios and it was the first slot, so we couldn't catch it. What's the thing called again that makes you play a GBA game on your computer? And where can you buy it? I think you're referring to a GB operator. That's not what I am using. I'm playing on my Game Boy player attached to my GameCube. And I'm backing up my saves and reloading them with nice grid. With Flash GBA, I think it's called. Flash or GB, a GBX card. That's what it's called. They have like different names for the thing and the software, and they all look alike. So. This is what I use to back up my saves, but you can only back up your saves and like reload them. You cannot play anything on this. I'll pin this. Actually, no, I'm gonna pin something else. I will pin the document I made with all the available Pokemon in the latest rounds. Which is this one. Replace pin. Here you go. I should have... Well, whatever. I'm afraid to... I want to switch to Gardevoir, but I'm also afraid of switching to Gardevoir, so let's just Flamethrower. Can Whirlwind or Roar swap the position of the Pokemon? No. Unfortunately, it cannot. You also cannot Roar the Roamer, because it just still acts like a wild battle. I'm planning to eventually build a team designed specifically for catching Pokemon in this tower. Another Absol. This could maybe kill us, I'm not sure. KT, you're still curious about Pursuit? I just think it's because when you're switching out, it's a different move. I think, but it may also just be related to you killing something. It may be both. I don't know. KT caught a Metagross and it pursued him while he was switching and killed his Zapdos during the battle. And PP doesn't get restored between losing the battle and catching it. And somehow it was full PP on pressure, but not on Meteor Mash, which is also used. Okay, so Muck is a Memento Pokemon. But it's in the lead slot. Also, it has Explosion. This trainer only has Pokemon with either Explosion or like Sheer Cold or something. Maybe he has like 1 or 2 other Pokemon. Muck, Weezing. We did catch a Muck last time. I mean, we're not using Pursuit, KT. So I think it's specifically a Pursuit thing. Regirock, this one also has Explosion. All the Regis have Explosion at level 100. At level 50, not all of them have it. And we beat the Regirock without dying. Very nice. Literally Mug Monday, yeah. It's actually Mug Monday for once. And in comes Registeel. And like I said, this one also has Explosion. I'm not super interested at catching legendaries at level 100 anyway. Hyper Beam, okay. Because I want to be able to use them at level 50 in the Frontier. So we're mostly here to catch Latios for the secret base. And some Pokemon that don't show up at level 50, like Skarmory. Although with how many Latioses I've seen, which is very few, starting to think that just grinding, another Muck lead, of course, just grinding would be faster. But this is definitely more interesting. And we get burned, but we have a Lumberry. Quick Claw Explosion, very nice. Feel like I'm in Emerald now. Because I kept losing my double streak to stuff like this. Let's go Vileplume. If only I send out Houndoom, huh? I don't know if I can afford to switch. Let's go Sunny Day. Ice Beam. We die. I'm not sure if we kill with Flamethrower. Regice does have 200 base special defense. Yeah, it just lives. It's just built different. At least we cannot be frozen because of the sun. That still hurts though. We probably lose against the next Pokemon. It either needs to be really weak to us or it needs to be really dumb. The Ruby Sapphire Tower is random AI. So it could just click a completely useless move. Electrode. This could explode on us. Could also mirror code. It could do a bunch of things. It's slower. And do we kill in the sun? It's gonna be max HP. So yeah, we doesn't, and it explodes. And when the last Pokemon explodes, we cannot catch anything. So we're gonna reload the save because we just lost. Ruby Tower saying welcome back. Time for some spell crafting. And of course, normally I would not reload my save, but the entire point of this is to catch Pokemon by losing and not setting a streak, so this is a little different. But yeah, this team is a lot weaker than the team I was using at level 50, so we are gonna see accidental losses, unfortunately. Gyarados lead. Gyarados is one of the Pokemon that is really good to capture because Gyarados doesn't learn any egg moves. So if you find one with the perfect nature, then you just have a really good Gyarados, except that you don't have hidden power, which would be ideal for a Gyarados. Hidden power flying, maybe hidden power rock or something. But I mean, a perfect Gyarados is still a perfect Gyarados, and you can also run like more supportive sets or special Gyarados. That wouldn't be that great, but I do want to use one. Of course, we get instantly reversal. But we live. Does this have Salac Berry or Lychee? Salac. Okay, do we get... We probably just die. We may just instantly lose. Another reversal. It's random AI, except for when it decides to just always click the best move. Hello, Caparius. Unfortunately, you've already missed us losing the streak. Okay, we dodged Megahorn. Nice. But I don't mind us losing as long as it's not the last Pokemon knocking itself out. Because then I can show off the glitch. The tower is being harsh today. Well, this is just standard. It's because I come from Emerald, so it's giving me Emerald type things. Of course, when I set up the sun, Machamp goes for Flamethrower. It's random until it isn't. It's just like the factory. The first 4 rounds, they randomly select moves, but sometimes they just turn into perfect AI and they only click the perfect moves. We die to the double Flamethrower. Crit. I think it has Scope Lens. We didn't lose. Machamp doesn't seem like a Pokemon that should be able to learn Flamethrower. Well, it also gets Fire Blast. I don't know, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon. Tentacruel? I don't know if this... It might be able to live one Psychic. I know it can in Emerald. We just need to not get crit. It's that easy. Sludge Bomb, then we get crit. No, we get poisoned, but that doesn't matter. Not yet, anyway. Glalie. Psychic. Do we one-shot? No, not even close. Get hit by a blizzard. Which we don't care about, and we did not get frozen. Very nice. So we have Destiny Bond on this Gardevoir. But because it's random AI, it gets really awkward sometimes. When the AI just doesn't want to attack you, or it uses like the worst possible move so it deals no damage, like right now. But we're already so low that's not gonna matter. But if we were like full HP, and it just spams Thunderbolt until we're out of Destiny Bonds, or something like that, that's... In some ways, it's harder to play around random AI. But the sets generally are so bad that if you have a half decent team, you can get a very long streak. Just like how Wooper can get Ice Punch with no hands. It punches with its forehead? Maybe. I was thinking maybe it punches with its tail. We're expecting Reggie to boom. Yeah, there's been a suspicious lack of booms. Except from the Electrode, of course. Metagross. I think I just Destiny Bond this. Random AI is suffering? Yeah, it is. There you go. If it just spams Psychic... Well, it's still gonna kill me. Staryu and Cryogonal can learn Attract, but they have no gender. Makes perfect sense. It would be interesting if they could attract other genderless Pokemon. Heracross. This is gonna live, and this is gonna click reversal, or I mean, Megahorn is also gonna kill me probably. We have no defense on this Houndoom, or like Houndoom in general has no defense. Yeah, it lives on one. Clicks reversal again. Mew can also learn Attract. Yeah, Mew can learn everything, so makes some sense. Random AI is quite boring. Yeah, it is. I thought before I ever played the Ruby Sapphire Tower, I thought that it might be more difficult to get a super long streak because of the random AI. But after playing it a little bit at level 50 with a random team, I'm convinced it's way easier. Even with the random AI, the sets are just so weak. Focus Punch, okay, good thing we Giga Drained. I think the random AI is the worst part of the factory. I think if it didn't have random AI, it would be so much more enjoyable. Even if streaks would end up being shorter overall. Okay, we're somehow back to full HP. Vileplume carry. "28 battles of pure pain in the factory to get to lose in style afterwards." Yeah. Super Flash, you're really gonna hate it when it comes to getting to ribbon mastering a Pokemon for the Ruby Tower. I mean, you can just pick the Emerald Tower, maybe? You think the community should start allowing Factor 6 at round 4? I don't think so. Unless it's like a different category. Like, nobody gets to start at round 4. Unless you're safe stating. Which most people are not. Attract, of course. Like, most people who play don't have access to safe stating at all. I mean, maybe the people who are grinding streaks do. Because they're playing on emulator. So if you make a separate leaderboard for it, sure. But I don't think you should be able to on the same leaderboard, because that's a massive advantage. Speed up is already a bit of an advantage. Okay, nice Psychic. Like, it's the same thing in like any other facility. If you didn't have to get through all the early rounds, you could just grind through your streaks so much faster. KT always wondered why LRXC hits save states like a bajillion times, but clearly isn't loading save states or cheating at all. A few times I've seen after he loses, he goes back and he tries like a different way to see if that would have helped. And I think also it's just because emulator could crash. I should flamethrower. It's not guaranteed to be thick fat and it would still deal more damage probably. Or nearly as much. Yeah, it's not thick fat. Don, you're pretty sure you've already asked me. But am I on emulator? No, I'm not. Currently, this is on GameCube with the Game Boy player. And the Aggron streak was on my other save file, which is on my 2DS. Which is modded and plays like a DS would play GBA games. So that's also technically not an emulator. Gardevoir Mirror. Now I have Synchronize. Dream Eater Gardevoir. Motive, you just got a pretty good Skarmory, but not perfect. Mill. Sturdy, 31 HP, special defense, speed, 0 attack, 28 defense. That is close. Very close. But that's not quite it. Yeah, we lost Aggron, unfortunately. We got Lumberry Zapdos, and I Thunder Waved it. And then we got crit high rolled into being at exactly 1 HP too low to make a substitute. Otherwise, we probably are still fine. So that was a bit unlucky. It needed to be exactly that Zapdos, and it needed to hit crit high roll dusclops as well. Actually, this could be Cloud9. Doesn't matter because we're dead. But it might matter for File Plume, but we're gonna click Solar Beam anyway. And it is indeed Cloud9. Yeah, it was unlucky, but it's gonna happen. It's a pretty weak team. Would Metagross and Latias be enough to solo the singles tower in Emerald? You need 56 wins, right? I mean, I guess 56 wins is possible. Like, you only want the ribbon? Or do you want the symbol or further? Oh, Blaziken. Because 56 wins is probably... That's definitely possible. Maybe not first try. Maybe it is first try. Depends a bit on how lucky / unlucky you get. 70 is going to be a bit tougher. A lot tougher. Let's switch. SRK might make a Whirlwind Aerodactyl for level 100. Because he is fast and has pressure. For Ruby or for Emerald, SRK? Keep in mind that Whirlwind is negative priority. So you're always gonna be slower. I've considered for a very long time, I've been thinking about a pressure stall Aerodactyl. But I haven't built it so far. I think if it's Ruby Tower, you could... Whirlwind is good because you can switch around Pokemon, which is important here if you want to catch something specific. Well, Houndoom is dead. Did we lose the Emerald Streak? You just turned in? Coaster Toaster? Unfortunately, yes. We ran into Lumberry Zapdos. We tried to Thunder Wave it, which didn't do anything. And then Dusclops got crit high rolled. And we were 1 HP too low to make a substitute. And I just forfeited because there was nothing we could do at that point. So that was a bit unfortunate, but that's the frontier. So Aggron will return eventually on a different team. No, Super Flash, you do not need to beat Annabelle for the ribbon. You just need to get... You need to finish one round at the highest difficulty. So at 49 wins or higher, you need to beat one round with the Pokemon in your party. And that could be Annabelle's round, but it doesn't have to be. Yes, Roar is also negative priority. Regirock lead. Might switch to Vileplume. I don't want to lose Gardevoir too early. I mean, we just 1v1 to Regirock earlier, but probably should be switching out. Focus Punch, that's nice, unless it's like Bright Powder. Hello, Wilkinson. Yes, you can just use a different team before the round. Then win one round. Yes, that's exactly how it works. A Starmie. I don't know if I outspeed Starmie if it is plus speed nature. Or if it paralyzed me there. Okay, let's see. We outspeed, very nice. Yeah, I think I don't outspeed plus speed nature because... Actually, what do I outspeed? I know my Blossom, I'm not sure. I'm afraid to switch. I guess I'll just Solar Beam. Yeah, you also get... okay, Explosion, perfect. Super Flash, you also get the Golden Shield at 100 wins in Emerald as well. But luckily for you, that is not how far you need to go for a ribbon. There would be a lot fewer ribbon masters in that case. KT, you finally got the games ready to hunt for the gong. Good luck. The thing is sheer cold. And takedown, so you need a Shedinja. Well, that's interesting. Okay, we finished the round, which we're not really aiming for. We just didn't run into anything we wanted to catch, and we also didn't lose by accident this time. Well, it would still take recoil damage, Steema, if it's not a ghost. And then it could kill itself. Yeah, good luck, KT. I hope you don't phase on a bat. Mach Punch, that's not gonna hurt too bad. Golduck, that should be a one-shot. Unless the EVs are so different in 100 that it is bulky enough. Could be the case. Okay, it is bulky enough. Might also be due to a plus special defense nature, but doesn't have to be. I guess we just Calm Mind. Oh, it got a Lychee Berry. Dig is dealing more damage. You hope you notice the shiny at all? Well, just pay attention. Keep your sound volume high. And I heard some expert advice from Motive today. Don't miss. So don't miss the shiny. A Kingdra. Instant rest. Has Chesto or Lum? Chesto. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they usually have Chesto when they have rest. I know in Emerald, at least one Pokemon has Lum rest. Another rest, and now it's just a free kill. Sounds like great advice? Yeah, I agree, Motive. That sounded like great advice. And we crit. So we've seen every Reggie at least once, but not a single Lati. And we need specifically Latios, because Latias does not get Memento. Bro just wants to sleep. I can relate. Altaria. We do not have Ice Punch, unlike the Emerald version of the Gardevoir. 2 Psychics kill, maybe? Otherwise we Calm Mind next turn. That's a roll, I guess? We'll just Calm Mind. Probably don't take too much damage. Sing, but it missed. Ah, the Gardevoir mirror again. Since I'm at +1, I'll stay in for now. $3 which obviously doesn't do anything. Actually, synergy with the Altaria, sort of, except that the chance that the Altaria dies while the opponent is asleep is very small. Salic Berry could Destiny Bond me. It didn't. Yeah, the AI is even dumber than like basic AI. It is completely random. It will just use moves like Earthquake on a flying type. Well, Latias heard me complain that there's no Latis. Unfortunately, Latias is not useful for me. Super Flash, you think the true test would be the Wi-Fi tower for Ribbon Master? Possibly. I haven't done the Wi-Fi ribbon. But I'm not saying like this would be super hard. Well, it would be super hard at 100. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Wi-Fi tower ribbon to be able to tell you. But I can tell you there's not... I mean, there's a decent amount of people with 100 wins, but not that many at the same time. Compared to 70. And it's basically twice as difficult to get 100 wins. A little bit less, but... like, getting 70 wins is only 3 rounds at highest difficulty. And then getting 100 wins is 4 and a bit more. So it's pretty much double the difficulty. Oh yeah, KT, I heard about that. That Encore Sing or something put something to sleep, even though Sleep Clause was a thing. Did you have Sleep Clause on? I don't know. I think you can turn it off as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if it somehow bypasses the sleep class. Okay, it's a male trainer. And like the women have Latias, the guys have Latios, but not everyone. Maybe Encore breaks it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We got the roll to kill. Unless there's one that has no HP, then we always just kill. Oh, Muck. I really wish I had a Roar Pokemon right now. Then I could Roar and lose to the other Pokemon. That's what I have at the level 50 setup. Now we somehow have to lose to this with it never clicking Explosion. That is unlikely. Instant Explosion. Nice. I'm currently breeding a Quagsire as a damp user. Damp prevents explosion. And I want to use that for my level 50 hunts. Oh, another explosion user. Let's go. And instant explosion again. Hey, maybe I should start catching explosion Pokemon. And then I just bring like a bunch of Pokemon and I switch to that Pokemon and I let them explode and all the XP goes to my lead Pokemon. That could work too. Let's try losing to explosion Pokemon as well. But that's difficult. Explosion. Derek, did you miss anything? No, you were there when we lost, right? So not really. We haven't caught anything from the Ruby Tower yet. Most Pokemon learn Protect. That as well. But you don't always want to override the moves you have from breeding. But yeah, Protect can definitely help as well. Crit, nice. Explosion. No. Paralysis explosion? No. Wow. We actually lived. Actually caught one Regirock. And I also caught a Muck. So I already have two Pokemon at level 100 that can explode. Well, the Muck can use Memento, so I don't need to. Attack raise, very nice. But it will die to Flamethrower. Unless Quick Claw, maybe Bright Powder. I don't know if Bright Powder set exists in Ruby. Well, Double Team exists. No, the damp Pokemon is for catching things in the tower. And the explosion Pokemon are gonna be for my secret base. Well, I really just want Memento Pokemon, but we're not running into Latios at all. And Muck and Weezing both have explosion. Oh, I was supposed to switch to Gardevoir. Oops. Because I wanted to Destiny Bond this, because we can very easily just miss. But we would never miss, so this is the better play. Yeah, this team is not optimized for this hunt. This is just the only level 100 Pokemon that I have. Well, except for the ones, the Regirock that I caught, that I was planning to switch, like trade back to the save file so I could use it for this. But I didn't get around to that yet. I wasn't planning to do Ruby Tower today. Also, I think I would have just forgotten anyway. Slacking goes down. And we survived. So the thing I mentioned with Gyarados, where Gyarados doesn't get egg moves, the same is true for any genderless Pokemon. So Starmie, Metagross, they can't breed with other Pokemon except Ditto. So they cannot get egg moves, except from their, like the things the Metagross already has. Uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. But we live, and we had a Lumberry. So if you catch a perfect version of those Pokemon, you basically have a perfect one. Unless you wanted a specific hidden power. And there's Starmie. I don't know if there's any bulky ones. Or what the movesets are at all, to be honest. It outspeeds and kills us anyway, so it doesn't matter what we did. Derek, you've been hunting for slacking for months now? Are you just doing random encounters or are you breeding? Confuse Ray. We're getting outplayed here. Hit ourselves in confusion. I mean, I don't mind losing to Starmie. You want a shiny? I mean, my way of shiny hunting, which isn't really shiny hunting, I'm just breeding for good Pokemon. And I hope that eventually one of them will be shiny. Or that during Eevee training I run into a shiny. Or here in the tower I run into a shiny and catch it. You want to use one in the tower really bad? You're at phase 13. Oof, how many encounters? Did you count? That sounds rough. What's the encounter rate for Slack Off? It's another Latias. That is unfortunate. It's 5%. Yeah, that's not great. So on average, it's gonna be 20 phases before you get it. Yikes. I should join you during Safari Week? I don't know. You're almost at 73k encounters now. Ouch. That's a lot of encounters. How many systems are you hunting on, Derek? Manectric is back. Lightning Rod. That does nothing. In singles. This is not later gen. Ouch, that hurt. We should live at +1. And we do live. 4 Game Boys and a DS. Okay, at least it's not single system. 73k on single system, that would be insane. Kingdra, we're gonna try to Destiny Bond. Super Flash, you wanted to try Safari Week? Don't have the ability to stream the game on a system though. I mean, you can still do it without streaming it. And you can maybe just record on your phone if you run into anything interesting. One last Pokemon, let's go for Toxic. Kecleon. We get tricked. Took our Miracle Seed. Now it's Choice Band. I wonder what else this Kecleon is gonna do. It actually got the random AI trick. Remember, this is why you will never shiny hunt. 73k is absurd. Yeah, I also don't feel particularly inclined to do a shiny hunt. I mean, I might, but not that kind for sure. Like 100% hunt? Sure, maybe. For Pokemon I really want. Like I really like. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck, Derek. Immobilized by love into Focus Punch. We're getting big brained. Unfortunately, it's slowly dying to Toxic, so we still win. Snatch. This is definitely a set. This like... They thought if we choice band something into a boosting move, then we can snatch it. That's crazy work. Derek, your longest dry spell was for Snorunt. 44k encounters without finding any shinies. Damn. That's a lot of nothing. Muck lead again. The third Muck lead and the fourth Muck total. SRK, if you really want a shiny, it has to be Dragonite. I really like... Oh, no, that's not a crit. I really like Ninetales, but I would want it to be Drought Ninetales, so it'd have to be Gen 5 or later. I'll just Psychic because I don't know if it's gonna attack me at all. And Houndoom or Vileplume will be able to finish it off if it lives. It does live. Hydro Pump. Literally what Muck Monday is all about. True. We saw Muck in the Emerald Tower as well. I don't know if this thing... If it's a plus speed nature, it might outspeed Houndoom, which could be really bad. But I think we're still gonna have to go for it. And a wish cache. I'll set up Sunny Day. If Houndoom dies, Foulplume will kill it. Okay, Fissure. But it missed. We should be fine then. And that's another round that we accidentally won. I think the next round will probably be the last one, and if we don't find anything, I will lose to the last trainer, if we haven't already lost by then. We get a leftovers. That's definitely a little bit more worthwhile than getting like 9 battle points. Because I think leftovers is like 48 battle points or something. So Ruby Tower, it's easier and it gives better rewards in a way. But it is random rewards, so battle points are nicer. And battle points can be spent on move tutors. So I definitely prefer Emerald. But getting a free leftovers is nice. Unfortunately, we're going to be resetting the save, so that leftovers is going to disappear. But it doesn't really matter. Alright, are we going to get reversaled again? I mean, Megahorn is even better. But double reversal cannot miss, so I guess reversal is better. Rock 2 missed, and it doesn't have Select Berry. Wait, but it does have Quick Claw? Or are we speed tied somehow? No. There's Quick Claw Heracross? This I want to check. Yeah, there's Quick Claw Heracross. Interesting. Do I deal enough damage with Giga Drain? Nah, we go Houndoom. Trade the leftovers. I could, but I don't really care enough. Also, I have a bunch of stolen Pokemon that probably have leftovers. So I could take it from there as well. In comes a Walrein. Does it Earthquake? Sheer Cold. It's too sunny for Sheer Cold, Walrein. Sheer Cold missed. That's the end of Walrein. Unless this thing has like Bright Powder or something. It does in Emerald, or at least one of them does, or Focus Band. They gave all the Hex items as well, except King's Rock. And Latias is back. Do we capture the Latias? I guess if it outspeeds my Houndoom. It does not outspeed Houndoom. It could still be max speed, just not max speed investment, maybe? I don't know. But we're not catching this then. Sunny Day should make Sheer Cold always fail, that would be fair. Then does Hail make Sheer Cold always hit? Would that be fair as well? Mind Reader, but it's Hail. Rip Latias, yes. How have we seen 3 Latiases and no Latioses? Regice is back. We're gonna switch and hope we don't get frozen. T-Bolt, we have Cherry Berry. We no longer have Cherry Berry. I'm just gonna go for Flamethrower because we don't have time to set up Sun and it probably doesn't kill anyway. Hill should give priority to Shirkled. Oh no. That's even worse. Oh, kaboom. Goodbye, Regis. Yeah, I know how hard it can be to track down a Latios. But this is taking more than 30 minutes. Oh, look, it's Registeel. This one also wants to blow up. If we can just lose to this without it blowing up, but that's not gonna happen. Earthquake, okay. I shouldn't Giga Drain. Now I'm healing myself. You think that's worse than always hitting? Yeah, I do. Nice crit. There's a chance this kills us. I mean, at this point, if it doesn't explode this turn, it's either gonna kill Gardevoir while staying alive, or it's gonna explode and we're gonna catch whoever is in the back. You weren't kidding when you said that Sunny Day thing is fair? I mean... making a move useless is a Gen 6 thing, weather. I don't think Sheer Cold should be completely useless just because someone set up Sunny Day. How good is Registeel in the Emerald Battle Tower singles? I have not used it myself. Please don't explode this turn. Please. Oh my god. It brought us to 20 HP on our last Pokemon and then it exploded. At least there's a Pokemon in the back we can catch. Okay, so now... actually doesn't matter yet. I'm gonna go fly to Mauville because Mauville is a place where it's somewhat easier to catch the roamer. Mystery Hunt, yeah. Could be Regirock for the triple Regi. Could be the Latios. I don't know who the trainer was, actually. I don't know if it could be Latios. Okay, that's pretty far, so we're gonna fly again to reset the location. In Gen 7, Sheer Cold no longer affects ice types, but that's Gen 7, so unfortunately that doesn't help us. It's even further. We're gonna fly again. And still very far. Sunny Day should give Shirkled negative priority. Well, if Hail gives it positive priority, then that would be very fair. Yeah, any guesses for the Pokemon and the nature? And also, well, I guess we'll do nicknames once we know what it is. If it has a good nature, it gets a nickname. If it doesn't have a good nature, it probably doesn't get a nickname. That's how I've been doing things. But yeah, sometimes Latios instantly... Okay, it's back over there. I'm gonna be honest, I've never had such bad resets on a location. Sometimes you instantly, you just land in Mauville, you look at the map, oh, it's next to me, you go to the route and it's there. But other times it takes like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to find it. It's Absol and it's Brave. I'm hoping for a modest Gyarados. In Sun, Shearcold functions like Super Fang. I've mentioned this before. I think it would be funny if, like, if you resist ice, you only take 50% damage. Hasty Regirock. I already have one of those, Derek, at level 50. So I actually hope it's not Hasty Regirock. Well, I do hope... Actually, I would still be happy because then we have an explosion user. So I guess I take that back. Wow, it's really just not getting off the sea. Not seen this before. Donnie used to go to Slateport. And run there. Yeah, it's kind of similar to this. Wow. This is kind of crazy. It's not touched land once. I've never had this before. Maybe Priority Circle is also dumb. It definitely is dumb. I 100% think that's worse than 100% accuracy. Because I can play around 100% accuracy. It's harder to play around priority. I mean, it depends. Okay, there we go. Now I'm not gonna go to the same route because I've never had it stay on the same route. And I'm gonna block off the route to the right because if it goes to the right or to the south, then it could go to different routes that aren't around Mauville. But if it goes up or left, it cannot go further. Unless it teleports. Yes, Tima, I did know that it could fail to break if your HP is lower than the HP on your substitute. Motive. I agree. If you get hit by Shearcold, it has to be a skill issue, right? Now it went where we were. That's unfortunate. And now there's a decent chance it runs away from Mauville. Which I was trying to avoid. How about we leave Oko moves alone? They don't need any extra perks. I mean, I am fine with leaving them alone. Okay, so it ran away. Did it come back? It did come back. But like I said, I'm not gonna go that way. You just dodged 2 horn drills earlier. You would recommend it? I'll try it next time. If I'm playing Emerald, why does the character have a red bandana? Because we switched to Ruby. We lost the Emerald streak. It jumped over me. Are you serious? That is so mean. Oh, now it's stuck at Mount Pyre. I might chase it, which is not an effective way of catching the roamer. Okay, we're gonna go that way. There should be an opposite sturdy ability where you turn regular moves into Oko moves. What? Remember, please do not get hired by Game Freak. Sandy, you think if Dugong uses Sheer Cold, it should be 100% accurate and kills the whole team? I think I agree. I think that's fair and balanced. Repel wore off. Actually, let's check. Where's Latias right now? It's called No Guard? Almost. Almost the same thing. But that turns Oko moves into regular moves. So it's slightly different. Now it's gonna be at Mauville. That's often what happens. No, okay, it didn't. If you're seriously hunting the roamer, I wouldn't recommend this. Sometimes it works. I mostly like it because it changes up what I'm doing, instead of just going back and forth in Mauville. We're gonna need the roamer to jump, skip a route, which it can do around Mount Pyre. It can skip Mount Pyre and either go up or down, depending on where it is. We're gonna need that to happen for us to be able to meet up. Oops. You want an ability that has a chance to activate like 20% of the time? I mean, there's a bunch that activate some of the time, but they don't Oko. It's not gonna stay on this route. I have no faith. Let's see. It teleported to Mauville. Nice. Wait, did our repel wear off or not? No. You have to play around unsturdy extreme speed? Oh no. That sounds great. Timmy, you agree? It's more fun even if it's worse? Yeah. Where did you go? Still over there? Okay. Sniper, but infinitely better? Yeah, I suppose so. Could be on this route right now. Are we lucky? Oh, we are lucky. Let's go. Okay, Mystery Hunt. Who's gonna be the Pokemon in the back? Oh, don't run out of repel. One thing worth noting, if you are interested in getting onto the leaderboard of Smogon, for some reason, they currently, I don't know if they really still care. Currently, it says in the rules it's not allowed to use a Pokemon from the Ruby Sapphire Battle Tower that you stole, unless it's Latios or Latias, which I don't understand why. But if you're interested in that, keep that in mind. It's Metagross. That's not bad at all. Could be a perfect Metagross. Any nature guesses or nicknames if it's a good nature. That ruling makes no sense. Yeah, I'm not sure why that ruling exists. They're spreading the egg propaganda. Metagross is your favorite, Don? I mean, it is a cool Pokemon. Nature is jolly. Lonely, name him Dennis. Adamant. You heard night is free. Let's see. Nickname Wally. It's lonely nature. Okay, Dennis it is. Why is Dennis lonely? You got it, Lavender. So yeah, now what I do is I trade to my Emerald save file or a different one. In this case, I already... Actually, no. I was gonna say I already have Emerald in my GBA, but I have Leaf Green, so I'm gonna switch. I was trading over Pokemon from Leaf Green to Emerald earlier. Dawn, Metagross is amazing because it almost doesn't matter what nature it is. You can do so many different setups with Metagross. That's true. You could go special attacking Metagross, you could go defensive Metagross. Plus, it's a cool metal crab slash spider. It looks cool and its battle cry is sick as fuck. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, I don't have enough Pokemon in my party. One second. Now we can trade. Not enough Pokemon equals skill issue? Well, I have a lot of Pokemon. Just didn't have them in my party. Technically, this is also an explosion Pokemon. We can teach it explosion. So I guess successful hunt? Sort of? You're sacrificing a Murkrow? Yes, this is how we get good Pokemon, Katie. We sacrifice our gods to get new ones. Terminating link. Actually, we didn't need to do this. I could have reset already. So yeah, then now I would again reload the save, which I'm gonna do. So goodbye leftovers. And then we're back at the tower with a streak at the highest difficulty, so we get the highest IVs. But yeah, obviously, if you're trying to set some kind of streak record, don't do this. But this is just for catching, and I do not care about it then, because it saves me like 2 hours of mindlessly clicking A. And then we will end the stream pretty much here. I have one thing I guess I can show you. Let's see, save image. Yesterday, during Riley's stream, I was in Discord with the boys, grinding some eggs. And I got this Mantine, which has pretty good stats. Not perfect stats, but as good as I got them. I actually used this one as a mom for a while, and I did get one with 5 perfect IVs, but that one had attack and 5 special attack, which could have been fine if it had the correct ability, but it did not. It had Swift Swim, and I wanted Water Absorb, especially when it has no special attack. So in the distant future, this is not part of the casual IV challenge, obviously. In the future, there will be a Mantine team on cartridge. We also got Hidden Power Electric, which I was not aiming for. It's potentially useful. Not super useful, but maybe. But yeah, these were some insane stats. It's probably the closest I've been to max stats. But yeah, I did also get 5 IVs, just the wrong 5. It was a Riley style 5 IV Pokemon. But yeah, I'm not sure what the rest of the team is gonna be yet. I've used Mantine before on a variation of my Gyarados Steelix Dusclops team, and Mantine replaces Gyarados. And the idea is that Mantine can help the sturdy Pokemon that is weak to water and ground. However, because Steelix has 2 abilities, the AI could guess that it doesn't have Sturdy and still use an Oko move while I'm switching into Mantine. So that's not perfect. But with a Pokemon like Donphan, Shuckle, or Fortress, they only have 1 ability, so then it should be fine. So maybe I will change to that. Maybe it will be with Steelix, because I'm definitely going to breed for a good Steelix, because I want to use the Gyarados version of the team for sure. And see how well I can do with that. But yeah, Mantine in the future at some point on cartridge. And then this is the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching. Tomorrow I might take a break. And on Wednesday I think it will be factory time. Current streak is 56 wins. So we're going into the Noland round with scuffed IVs on our Pokemon. Due to a bug, our Pokemon will have random IVs, except for our elevations, which I only have 2 out of 6. So that will be tough, potentially. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. And I hope you have a good week. And maybe we'll see you